a beautiful 73 degrees on this Thursday, May the 26th, 2016. I'm on my way to pick up my rental car for 5 days. I even brought my garage door opener with me. Otherwise, I won't be able to get in the garage. Okay, so I got the rental car. And man, it's weird driving other people's cars. We're here at YouTube Space LA to celebrate the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. A lot of cool stuff's happening here.
My name is Nicole. I am the regional advisor for Southern California at the White House Initiative on Asian American Pacific Islanders. So I'm originally from Idaho, but I live out in Ventura County. So do we have anyone from Idaho or Ventura County here? No?
Let's get this show on the road. We've seen our next performer. I don't know if you've seen him do a lot of... That's my of K-pop.
Not yet.
Right? You have an upcoming video with him. Can you show us a preview? Show us a preview.
Tell anybody.
Come on, do it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
He also plays a beautiful rendition of Violin. 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and his ever-growing presence. He's currently on tour Untitled with Danny K. Dan. Let's give it up for June Curry.
Place, right? Like,
Yeah, June?
Hello. Hi. Hey guys, my name is Junsan, also known as June Curry on YouTube. I play violin covers and a bunch of other stuff on YouTube. I'm going to play a couple songs for you guys today. The first song I'm going to play for you guys is actually one of my earliest covers that I did. It's a mashup of a Korean K-pop song and a classical piano piece. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
So beautiful. Okay.
Our next performer has a resume that does not fail to impress. From the humble beginnings of performing with her sister Meg in their band to representing on one of the most sought-after stages, The Voice, this singer-songwriter has supported musical talents such as Blake Shelton and The Fray, as well as touring across the US and even much of Southeast Asia. Currently focusing on making music with her group Arches. Did we mention she also plays the mean cowbell?
That's the most important part.
The most important part. I got a fever. And the only prescription is more Dia Frampton.
Woo!
Please give a welcome to Dia Frampton!
Yeah!
Wow, I can't believe you knew about my cowbell playing skills. From walking home and talking alone, to seeing shows and evening clothes with you.
right now they're playing live music, and on the table behind me are a bunch of pieces of paper for origami. Out of all of the events I've come to here at YouTube Space LA, I think this is the biggest turnout. It's very cool.
I know, it's probably been a month by now. They probably charged me.
Do you guys know there was going to be a panel? I mean, all these chairs. Yeah.
It's basically Comic-Con. So, tonight, we also wanted to include some inspiring words from people in our community that we've grown to love. I'm sure a number of us can relate to growing up younger with not many role models, right? that we could look up to, let alone anyone that was our age. For this generation of kids that are growing up with such different forms of media, they've got so many options for people to look up to, especially our panelists for tonight. How do young actors that are constantly walking the line between online and traditional and mobile media see themselves, and how are they using their influence for the good of our community?
I mean, that's something I want to know. I didn't grow up with any Asian, a few Asian faces on TV.
Like Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars,
yeah.
Sailor Jupiter.
But then now we have so many, and we have 2 Asian shows that are and they are the faces. They're the next generation for your kids. They're gonna grow up, your kids are gonna watch them and be like, oh yeah, Ian, Hudson, I know them.
It's a serious accomplishment.
It's really incredible. It's a really exciting time. But we're incredibly honored to introduce our moderator for tonight's panel. I think you guys all know her. You've probably seen her in at least a BuzzFeed video or a YouTube video. She is a strong, independent Asian woman, and as a friend, I am so proud to introduce her. She is the co-founder, co-producer of Disoriented, comic, and a writer. Let's bring on Jenny Yang!
And of course, on the panel, we want to introduce and welcome Hudson Yang.
Woo!
Yes. Forrest Wheeler. And Ian Chan from Fresh Off the Boat. Fresh Off the Boat.
Fresh off the boat.
Krista Marie Yu from Dr. Ken.
Woo! Gorgeous.
And Aubrey Anderson Emmons from Modern Family. Please give a warm welcome to our panel.
Yay!
Yes! Thank you so much, everyone. How are y'all feeling tonight? Look at this. Are we Snapchatting? Is this what's happening? This is what I want to do. I want the LA story on Snapchat to know that all the Asians are here. So, you know what I'm saying, right? So if enough of you snap this, put in the filter for tonight's event, and then put my story as well as the LA story, I bet you we're gonna make it onto the LA story, right? Asians, we're here. So give it up for yourselves for coming here tonight. So excited. We're all ready for the questions. Okay, how many of you are fans of any of these 3 shows? Come on, give it up. Yes. Oh my God, they are amazing. They're blazing trails for the youth. The Asian American youth. So let's just get started. Number 1, let's all congratulate them because all 3 of their shows have just been renewed for another season. So, final question. What are some of the sort of projects, or maybe if you have your own YouTube channel that you want to talk about, right? So let's go down the line. Aubrey, you want to tell us about your YouTube channel?
I have a food channel and I taste foods from all around the world.
Yeah. What's the username? How do we find you?
What?
How do we find your YouTube channel?
I don't know. My mom controls everything.
That's good. Well, I'm assuming, do you know what's the name of your channel? Do you know? We'll figure it out.
Food Mania Review.
Food Mania Review. Okay, so just look for that in YouTube. Yay! Krista, do you have any other projects or YouTube channels or anything fun to plug?
Nothing nearly as cool as these guys, but I do try to make time to go visit the Lymphoma Society in Stanford University.
Where?
Just to spend time there.
Wait, the what society?
Lymphoma.
Oh, Lymphoma Society, everyone. Yay!
It sucks when kids don't get to go out.
Yeah. So you go visit the Lymphoma Society. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Great, Lymphoma Society. And then 3 of you, I heard you all have a new series that you're doing for ISA TV. Amazing.
So we all have a channel called Is a Kid TV. My channel is Taste Test with Hudson Yang. My channel is The Force Wheel Adventures, where I go and try different things. It's the same channel, like our show. We have Kids Do as well.
Kids Do. That's another channel. How many channels do you have?
We have 4.
What?
And also I have Growing Up with Ian Chen, which I do some of the weird things that adults do, like driving a car.
Growing Up with
He
Ian
literally
Chen.
drives a car.
You drive a... Who is letting you drive a car, Ian Chen? Okay. Growing up with Ian Chen. So I think we have a video that's a trailer that we cut from ISA TV of the upcoming shows that y'all be doing, right? Awesome. Everyone give it up for our ISA kids, our young Asian American talent, our young Asian talent representing from ABC TV shows. You guys are blazing some trails for us, right? So thank you so much.
I'm very glad that a new generation of Asian kids are role models for kids that know that they can be actors on TV and other stuff. When I was growing up, some of my favorite stuff was with Asian people. Like when I was a kid, my favorite cartoon was Battle of the Planets. It was an English dub, but it was anime. I love that. And then there was a movie that they played on HBO. It had the train in it. Right now, I can't remember the name of it. And then Tokyo Drift is my favorite movie. I have a website, tokyodriftmovie.us. And I know Sung Kang and Justin Lin because I'm a big fan. So yeah, I love this Asian stuff. It's amazing.
Thank you. Wow. This is beautiful and not gold. Have a speech prepared, guys. 2 drinks in, and I'm on medication, so we'll see how this goes. First off, I just want to say I am incredibly honored to be here. When Wes and Phil and Dan told me that they wanted to give me this award, I thought, wow, you know, my years of friendship with them have finally paid off. Joke success. Yes. I always wanted to be in entertainment. You know, when I was a kid, I told my dad I wanted to be an actor, so he immediately enrolled me in karate classes. But of course, I didn't seriously pursue my dream until I was an adult. And only because I lost my little sister to suicide. And I realized that when I died, I wanted to at least know that I had lived doing what I had loved. Before my sister died, I thought that I was going to be like a military officer or a veterinarian, because that's the practical route, right? That's the realistic path. She killed herself when I was 17, and I was a senior in high school, and I did not laugh for 2 years. It wasn't until I saw a stand-up special on TV that I laughed for the very first time. And the person on my TV was Margaret Cho. You know, I looked at her on stage and I was like, oh hey, you know, maybe I can do that. It was the very first time I had ever seen an Asian woman do stand-up. And before that, the only Asian female face I had ever seen on TV was, of course, Lucy Liu, right? That's all we had. And 7 years later, here I am. Thank you for the one woof, I appreciate that. Thank you. But it is all thanks to seeing that one face on the screen that looked like mine. Because I was able to think, oh, she's doing that. Maybe I do that too. You know, I used to think that being Asian gave me an edge in this industry. You know, you would see how hard people worked, and you were like, oh shit, I can do way better than that. And hard work equals success, right? That's what we're taught by your parents. That if you work hard, success will come. So I thought, that's what must happen with Hollywood. But last year, I booked the lead role in a feature film with a major studio. Thank you. I auditioned, I did callbacks with producers, and I met with the executives of the studio at the company. We shook hands. They told me, oh, we can't wait to work with you. We're so excited that you're the lead of our movie. And I drove home like singing to Katy Perry in my car, because this was my dream and I was finally living it, and it had actually come true. You know, I couldn't believe that I wasn't just like a one-line co-star on Awkward talking about my small boobs, or I wasn't like a supporting best friend who was like upset about a B-. I was the lead. A few days later, my manager called me while I was on set directing a short film, and he was very confused. He was like, when you met with those executives, are you sure that you booked the lead role? And I was like, well, yeah, we were talking about the lead character. We mentioned it by name. I had auditioned with that dialogue. Why? And he said that they'd gotten the official paperwork in for the offer, and what I was being given was the role of the best friend. The lead was going instead to a white woman. And we sat in silence for a bit, and then finally I asked him very quietly, I said, is it because I'm Asian? And he didn't say anything for a hot minute. But then he said, honestly, you know, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, what else could it be? What could have changed in those couple of days? That was the very first time in my career that I realized that the color of my skin might actually stand in the way of me and my dream. You know, we hear stories of racism in Hollywood all the time. We've encountered racism in our real life. We're not fucking idiots. Sorry, there's children here. But somehow this was so different because it had never mattered before. You know, I thought, oh, if you work hard enough, you can achieve your dreams. If you work hard enough and hone your craft enough and are talented enough, how can Hollywood ignore you? And to me, it felt crazy because it was like, I thought this lead role was the success after 7 years of performing stand-up and being in improv and acting classes and writing and editing and producing and directing and creating short films and web series and weekly content and building a following and hosting a podcast and running a clothing line and audition and hustling and just working fucking hard. Thank you. I would like to mention, just for clarity, I was Asian the whole time. In the audition room, in the callback, in the meeting with the producers. Because for 2 seconds I was freaking out. I was like, did I wear foundation that was like way too light for my skin? But the studio would not budge. I was either the best friend or I was out. So I was out. Then there was Emma Stone in Aloha. There was Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell. There was Tilda Swinton and Kimmy Schmidt season 2 episode 3, the giant middle finger to the Asian community by calling us respectful Asian portrayals in entertainment, aka rape. What the fuck? How is this still happening? But more importantly, how can we change it? You know, Phil had a 17-minute video about whitewashing in Hollywood. And it was great. And the one thing I took away from it that I thought he put so perfectly was that it starts with us. You know, not demanding to be included, but creating our own space in this world. To encourage our peers to be writers and actors and directors and producers and creators instead of letting our parents convince us that we should be doctors and lawyers and scientists. We all need to be someone's Margaret Cho. Because the only way we will be heard is if enough of our voices speak out. Thank you.
Anna, you crushed that acceptance speech. That was awesome.
We're the only funeral any broken hearted and greed in the seed. Your plans deep precedes. I do I justify with home shots I can't even eat. There's a means to people who can live within means to receive with what is given truly how to succeed. I should keep them one time and the key to unwind, but I need to go to Vegas one more time. I'm just trying to reach for greatness, but for now I gotta fake this. For now I gotta wait this out, realize where my fate is. I'm a little bit jaded, if that I'm a little bit faded. Is that you all that's up on my mind, trying to find the time I'll never unwind. I want you to think of the same too.
Alright. So we want to invite up a special guest now who's going to sing on this next one. Her name's Priska. Make some noise.
All of us come up there with both hands in the sky. Will I live another day?
one can hold me back. Everything is gonna be something with both hands in the sky. Will I live another day? Will this be the day I die? I am so alive with such endless possibilities. No one can hold me back. Everything is gonna be good today.
Jason Scott Lee is actually here. Is he yes. Can someone go? Here he comes. Here he comes. For those of you who don't know, he's a legend, and he's a legend that's seriously like among us right now. Paved the way. Definitely paved the way for a lot of us here. So we just want to bring him on stage and recognize him. We just wanted to recognize you and just say thank you just for everything that you've done for us. You've seen so much. You've seen so much. I don't want to say any words.
Wow. I'm of a different generation. When there weren't many parts in films or TV for Asian Americans or Asian Pacific Islanders, and we kind of just pounded the pavement, and it was pretty much a lottery. So to be here today and to see the growth of the talent here in the States and abroad, it's pretty phenomenal. I'm really proud that it's taken the step that it has, and that you guys have the platform that you have. And by all means, be blessed that we have that platform, because it's taken a long time. And speaking from experience, I've been through the studio system, and I took a lot of time off, and I'm sort of going back and feeling my way around, and it's just a brand new world, and it's just incredibly amazing to see all that has changed. I still have an old phone. I haven't gotten used to the iPhone yet. So to see it over my career, which has been about 30 years now, I started when I was 19, and was in LA and just kind of taking acting classes and finding my way around. And it was certain key opportunities in films that allowed me to kind of see a bigger picture, but I would never imagine that it would come to this. So, awesome. Thank you. You guys are awesome.
Let's give it up one more time for Jason Scott Lee. I don't think that there could be any other way to be as inspired as hearing that, guys. We are so blessed to have the opportunities and the technology and the platforms that we have now. So let's really look at ourselves, look inwards, how do we take advantage of that? Because we're really blessed, we're really lucky to be growing up and creating at this time. So really think about that, guys.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Yo, make some noise for our host tonight, Christine Chen and Mike Bowe. Make some noise for Jenny Yang, Krista Marie, Priscilla, Richie on the tracks tonight. It's an honor to be here tonight. Thank you so much to the YouTube Space LA staff. Make some noise for that. They did a great job. And then I want to acknowledge the volunteers and the people that helped put tonight on. Yeah, make some noise for the volunteers tonight. The ISA team that made this happen. What a perfect way to end the night. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. Drive safe. Get your parking validated if you need to do that. Richie's going to close it out tonight. Thank you guys again so much for being here. We appreciate it. And have a good... Thank you, YouTube creators!
Thank you, YouTube Space LA. This was an amazing night. I tripped on the way down, but I did not fall.